despite all of the work that everybody's done over the years, we're still not making a massive difference in the huge undernutrition numbers that we're seeing across the planet. My name's Sue Ellis, and I'm the country director for SNV here in Zambia. If you look at the ways that people are trying to address the Zero Hunger Challenge, there's so many elements to it, and there's so many interacting components that affect the way that people eat, how they eat, what they can gain access to, that there are multiple different solutions to try and address that problem. And SNV, from its work within agriculture and from its work with communities, felt that there was something more that we could offer. What makes the Sustainable Nutrition for All model different is that we were looking for something that combined multiple elements in one program.
This approach actually is the best. It makes the community to start working on their own, changing their life, improving the stunting problem on their own, without relying on people to bring subsidy for them in order to change their nutritional status.
Yes, if you have more vegetables in your garden, then you're going to be eating better. When you examine it, it only works if you know that that's what you're supposed to be doing with the vegetables and they're not just another source of income for a family.
So many children stunted in Uganda, I get perturbed. But at the same time, I realize that these families or these communities lack knowledge.
So when you start to unpack the reasons why people are not maybe eating the most nutritious or diverse diet within the household, what you find is there's various elements of that need to be addressed in parallel, because if you're not addressing them in parallel, then the whole concept isn't going to work. Why is it that people in the communities that we're working with are eating but not eating the right foods, the foods that are going to make them grow up to be able to perform well in school, to be able to perform well in their business, to be able to work well in their fields? What is it that's stopping that? You'll find, certainly in the environments we're piloting the program in, while people are eating, the majority of what they're eating is carbohydrate based. It's heavy to fill the stomach. So we started to go piece by piece and actually started to unpackage what we saw to be the problem. The fact that your child is this size rather than this size at the age of 5 is a problem. And unless you're aware of that, then it's very hard to get anybody to actually move forward with all of the rest of the elements that are going to lead you to a better, more nutritious, more diverse diet. So the unique part about this program is that it actually uses that initial triggering mechanism to awaken communities and awaken families and individuals that they actually have an issue.
The community was really, surprised. They were shocked. It's like they couldn't believe that actually all this time they've been living with stunted children. And for me, that was a wow moment.
Triggering on its own has been proven in other sectors and other dynamics. It's great, but on its own, it's not the silver bullet. It has to go together with all of the other elements of the program in order to make long-lasting change and improve those nutritional outcomes for individuals, families, and communities. What you also need to be understanding is those decisions about who eats what in the household. Because just making the woman aware that, yes, my child needs to eat more of this food is not going to do it on its own. So you have to address some of those gender issues that exist at the intra-household level to actually make sure that once people are aware that they need to be eating a diverse diet, everybody in that family is getting a diverse diet. Okay, we've got awareness, we've got some behavioral change, we're looking at the gender elements within the household. But if you're aware and you know you need to feed but you can't access any of the food, then we've still only managed to solve half of the problem.
Twatontonkenye okwebati twalamba nombo kupeka nyama balano okwebati twambie okulima filimwa ifyalekanalekana fyakwebatira twambie okusunga nomba abana bwino.
What kind of agricultural productivity can you do in the household where you don't have to cycle for 15 kilometers to the nearest market to try and get hold of the food? What can you do within your household, your homestead, your village that gives you access to the foods and vegetables that you need? And it's not just at one point in time, but that means all year round.
Ebyale byatukalya abende tukaberema abende tukabiwuluma katali.
My school's involvement in sustainable nutrition gives me excitement because I know what will come out. We need to bring the communities near to learn from us at school.
Well, this is great. If we can get these three things done in a community, that's fantastic, but it is only the community where we're implementing it. And that's where we started to bring in the governance pieces, where if we can work with the district authorities and increase their awareness, then that scaling and replication can start to move district by district, village by village within the country that we're operating in.
Leading the triggering sessions makes me feel very good and very proud in the sense that I want to initiate the change myself. I feel very good when I get back to the community and see that people have really improved.
The pilot countries that we're using for this program are Zambia and Uganda. We want to be able to demonstrate that this is a model that can be replicated in different environments, in different countries, in different climates, and it can still actually work.
Aira mubandu bayi abandu babiritunga morali chicken garden zitukwamu okwami yabo babiri korandeke babiri bahondoka kundi babiri merowo ebyangana waticheka yabo
Omutsukuru wayi ngamuteko bulengekane bweryanze ndyambe akulendeke neryo obutuko bukendi syasembere akindi syabya either a doctor or a professor.
And the results of that we're seeing now, where you do those first triggering sessions, where people are starting to plant those vegetables, and you're actually starting to see that that theory that you had is actually starting to work out in practice and make a difference. And that for me is incredible.
I actually see the future to be very bright because it's actually changing the mindset of the people. Once the mindset of a person is changed, they cannot go back to the way they used to be.
Now this program that we're implementing is different. It's a community-wide approach. It brings in governance, it brings in gender, it brings in household productivity, it brings in triggering and behavioral change into one program. It seems to be working. The various disparate elements of it has been tried in different programs on their own. Bringing them together seems to be making sense. Let's try it, let's see, and we can contribute to making a real difference to a global problem.